Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C. We're a law firm in Oakland, California, and we fight for the rights of immigrants who are facing deportation. And I want to explain unlawful presence. And this is a big theme, and it often causes confusion for people. And specifically, what I want to focus on today is the 3-year bar, the 10-year bar, and the permanent bar, because those three things are confusing, right? And they're often causes for people fighting about issues in immigration court. So let me use the whiteboard right behind me, and so hopefully you can see me, all right? And I'm going to write the number 180, and what I'm referring to is 180 days, all right? So if you have 180 days of what they call unlawful presence, which means that maybe you entered without permission and you've stayed 180 days, or maybe you, maybe you overstayed your visa, and your visa expired, and then that second day, day one after it expired is 1 day of unlawful presence, and so on, right? If you have 180 days of unlawful presence and you leave, if you have 180 days of unlawful presence and you leave the United States, you trigger what they call the 3-year bar. You trigger what they call inadmissibility. You're not eligible for a visa or a family-based green card or an employment-based green card for 3 years, all right? You can still qualify for other things: U visas, asylum, withholding of removal, protection of the Convention Against Torture, things like that. Things like that don't care about inadmissibility grounds, all right, really. But visas, all right, and regular family-based, hey, your parent or your spouse wants to petition for you, then you've got to be admissible to get those benefits, all right? So these things cause 3-year bar. 3-year bar. Christy, tell me if you can see me okay. All right, great. All right, now 365 days of unlawful presence and you leave causes the 10-year bar. And I'm realizing that I'm saying that face to this, so I want you to hear me. 365 days of unlawful presence, and then you leave the United States. Upon leaving, you trigger the 10-year bar, which means that you'll be inadmissible, ineligible for a family-based green card, for a visa, for an employment-based green card or visa, for 10 years, all right? So my best advice is, look, you've been in the U.S. longer than 365 days, don't leave, right? Often that's my best advice, because if you were to leave, then you would automatically make yourself inadmissible for a period of 10 years. And here's the kicker: if you've got this and you illegally re-enter, all right? If you have a 10-year bar and you illegally re-enter, it triggers what they call a permanent inadmissibility. All right, sorry that my handwriting isn't the most beautiful handwriting in the world. And I want you to understand this, all right, because it really can affect and destroy an immigration case. You're much better off if you had 365 days of unlawful presence and then you left and now you've triggered the 10-year bar. Don't come back in, all right? Let's figure out if there's a way to waive it. We have videos on waivers, all right? Let's figure out if there's a way for you to waive the 10-year bar, which sometimes is available, and to get you back in the United States lawfully rather than coming in illegally and triggering a permanent bar that's going to screw you over for the rest of your life, okay? So I hope this was helpful. The point of this video, again, is to explain the 3-year bar, the 10-year bar, and the permanent bar. And it all depends on how much unlawful presence you've accrued and whether or not you've left the United States. So the big takeaway is, if you've got unlawful presence, sometimes you should not leave, all right, unless you really are talking to an immigration lawyer and that's the best strategy for you, all right? And if you've already left, then certainly don't illegally try to re-enter the United States, or it will destroy your immigration options for the rest of your life. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration A.P.C. We fight for your American dream.